Bismillahir-Rahman-ir-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers of Miracle of Islam. Today's story is not only a historical event narrated by Hazrat Jafar Sadiq rahmatullah alayh, but also a powerful lesson that echoes through time, warning us about the dangers of betrayal, the cleverness of deceit, and the limits of human trust. This incident took place among the people of Bani Israel and is recorded with deep reflection for all believers. In a distant city nestled between a sacred mountain and a flowing river, there lived a deeply religious man. This man was known far and wide among Bani Israel for his unwavering faith, humble character, and close relationship with Allah. He was seen often in the local place of worship, spending long hours in remembrance of Allah, and was always found speaking words of wisdom. He had a wife, a woman blessed with striking beauty and outward grace. But while her face carried beauty, her heart harbored secrets. The man loved her deeply and trusted her without doubt, but something began to disturb his spirit. Despite his outward calm, he sensed a spiritual restlessness growing in his home. Out of concern and cautiousness, the man began to lock the door from the outside every time he left for his religious duties. Not out of cruelty, but out of the strange feeling that something wasn't right. His wife did not complain. She silently accepted his suspicion, and life went on. But one fateful day, everything changed. While standing near the window, her eyes met those of a young man from the neighborhood, strong, youthful, and handsome. That single glance turned into prolonged stares, and over time, their hearts became secretly bound. Love, as they believed it, bloomed in silence. Though they had not touched each other physically, the emotional attachment had crossed all boundaries. Eventually, the woman found a way to make a duplicate key of the door. With her cunning mind and the help of a loyal servant, she managed to send that key to the young man, inviting him to visit when her husband was not around. And so began a series of secret meetings, in the dark hours of night, and sometimes during the day. The religious man, busy in his worship, had no idea. But a whisper within his heart started troubling him. His instincts were not at peace. He noticed that his wife had grown distant, less affectionate, and often lost in thought. His nights became restless. One evening, he returned early and noticed strange footprints outside the home. It was then that he decided to confront her. He sat beside her and spoke gently but firmly. "I am your husband. I have given you comfort and care, but I feel something has changed. I need your truth. And if you are loyal to me, then swear it by the sacred mountain. For among Bani Israel, whoever lies while swearing on that mountain dies instantly. Only those truthful in their words dare to stand on it." The woman, caught off guard, agreed without hesitation. But inside her heart, waves of fear began to rise. That night, she met the young man and told him everything. The young man turned pale with fright. "What shall we do?" he asked. "If you swear falsely, you will die. If you admit the truth, your life and mine will be destroyed." But the woman, clever and manipulative, whispered with a smile, "Do not fear. I have a plan. The snake will die, and the stick will not break." She explained her trick. "When the day of the oath comes, you will disguise yourself as a donkey rider and wait near the city gate. Bring your donkey and pretend you are a poor traveler. As we pass, I will act like I don't know you. I'll call out to you for help and ask to ride your donkey. You'll help me as a stranger would. You will not touch me inappropriately. That way, when I swear on the mountain that no one except my husband has touched me, it will be technically true." The young man agreed with hesitation. The plan was dangerous, but it was the only chance. The next morning, the religious husband reminded her, "It is time. Prepare yourself to go to the sacred mountain and take the oath." She feigned surprise and said, "But how can I walk all the way to the mountain? It is far, and I am a weak woman." The husband replied, "We will go to the city gate and hire a donkey." When they reached the gate, the disguised young man was already waiting with the donkey. As per the plan, the woman cried out dramatically, "Oh, donkey rider, will you take me to the sacred mountain? I will give you alms and reward." Pretending to be a stranger, the young man nodded and said, "Of course, madam." He walked the donkey forward and politely helped the woman climb it. Her husband followed quietly behind on foot. All three moved toward the sacred mountain. The path was rough, and the wind howled through the rocky trails. When they reached the slope of the mountain, the woman pretended to slip and fell from the donkey. Her veil shifted slightly, and she shrieked, "Oh, donkey man! How dare you let this happen?" The young man, staying in character, apologized. "It was not my intention, madam." The road is rough. The husband watched silently. He did not see any suspicious contact, nor did he sense deceit. They continued climbing until they reached the place where countless men and women had once taken oaths, where truth burned falsehood into ashes. The woman stepped forward. Her eyes gazed upon the peak, and her hands trembled as she touched the mountain stone. She turned to her husband and, with a loud voice, declared, "I swear by the Lord of this mountain, since the day you married me, no man other than you has ever touched me. No man, except you, has seen me with desire. And today, even this donkey rider, who helped me mount the donkey, did not touch me with evil intent." Her words were cleverly framed. Technically, they were true. And because the mountain judged only the apparent truth, the earth beneath her did not open. She remained standing. But something strange happened. The mountain trembled. The sky darkened for a moment, and a sudden silence spread through the valley. Then, the mountain's surface began to sink, bit by bit, into the earth, as if ashamed. And a voice echoed from the unseen. "Although the lies of these disbelievers shake even the mountains, Allah knows the reality behind their words." The husband, now satisfied, hugged his wife. "You have spoken the truth," he said. "May Allah be pleased with you." But Allah had already recorded the real truth in His book. Dear friends, Hazrat Jafar Sadiq Rahmatullah alayh used to say, "When a woman becomes cunning in betrayal, her intellect matches the most devious. Even the most righteous may be deceived, but no soul, no lie, no clever plan can escape the knowledge of Allah." The people of Bani Israel eventually forgot that mountain and the sacred site of oaths. It became a valley of dust. But the lesson remains. This story is not merely a tale of trickery. It is a mirror for our own hearts. How often do we rely only on appearances and ignore the unseen truth? How often are we content with half-truths that are technically correct but spiritually false? May Allah protect us all from betrayal, deceit, and the tricks of shaitan. Ameen. And may Allah grant us spouses, families, and companions who are sincere in their hearts and humble before the truth. If this story moved your heart, share it with others. Comment below with your thoughts and support our mission by subscribing to the Miracle of Islam channel. Jazakum Allahu Khairan.